I mean, he's 21, about to be 22 years old, and he's manhandling grown men.
That is all-pro stuff. He is having an all-pro season. He's a top 3 pick, I could argue, in this past draft class.
Any other draft.
Or the year prior, maybe. But right now, Penei Sewell is arguably the best right tackle in the NFL. Penei Sewell. I talk about being fortunate in the NFL, right? Fortune plays a role. Brady, Belichick, fortunate. Bledsoe went down, right? A lot of things just happen. And it just so happens that in Brad Holmes' first draft class, it just so happened that it was a loaded, quote, loaded prospect class for quarterbacks.
Right.
And it just so happened that the first 3 picks were all quarterbacks. On top of it, there was a generational tight end who's basically a wide receiver in Kyle Pitts. There's Jamar Chase. And then Miami's sitting in front of you. Not any other team. Any other team in the NFL drafts Penei Sewell at 6. Jalen Waddle to the Dolphins at 6. Why? And it was absolutely the right pick.
Right.
Why? We need to give Tua weapons so we can figure out if he is our quarterback. And boy, they look really smart for it right now. Penei Sewell falls to you at 7. He's a top 3 pick, I could argue, in this past draft class.
Any other draft.
Or the year prior, maybe. There is some fortune to it. And the fact that he's the number 1 rated tackle, or right tackle, excuse me, at the moment, I think is nothing short of phenomenal. It's what you expected him to be coming out. Granted, you expected it to be on the left side. But like I said last year, Decker going down early really gave him an opportunity to catch up to the speed of the NFL. You know what? Looking back at it now, he probably would have adjusted by week 3, week 4, even if he was on the right side. But being at left tackle for those first 5-6 games, I think helped him tremendously. He moved to the right, didn't miss a beat, was one of the better 13, 12 right tackles in the NFL. Boom. Start the season, he's the best one. He is an absolute home run, Jeff.
And he's the youngest. That's the thing you got to look at, too. Like, even the guys in the conversation, like Andrew Thomas, Laramie Tunsil, Rashawn Slater, Trent Williams, Lane Johnson. These guys are all at least an year older than him. So not only is he in this conversation, but he's the youngest. And look at his durability. That's the thing that stood out to me, because even Andrew Thomas, Rashawn Slater now, Trent Williams, these guys, Lane Johnson, these guys have, missed games. And I get Lane is much older, so he's probably a different case. But for everybody else, and Trent Williams. But for the younger guys, for him to be as durable as he is, as young as he is, and to learn a new position and be elite at right tackle, that speaks a lot to his ability to pick up things. And he didn't play his last year in college, so he's already a year behind coming in, adjusting to the NFL, playing against grown men, and he's getting the job done. I think, especially in the run game, he is probably one of, if not the best run blocker in terms of looking at right tackles. I know his pass protection's solid, but his run blocking is where he excels. You put him in open space, he's going to pancake some guys. I mean, that's crazy to think about Adam. And the fact that, like I said, he is that young. I mean, he's 21, about to be 22 years old. And he's manhandling grown men. And he's, like you said, the highest rated right tackle according to PFF. I think it speaks a lot.
This is insane. His 78.9 grade is 6th overall across the league at the position. Not just right tackle, all offensive linemen.
Mm-hmm.
He has been phenomenal, and he's, knock on wood, Rashawn Slater out for the season.
Right.
Torn, I believe it's a bicep with Rashawn Slater. Could be wrong. I know it's a muscle tear. So I'm pretty sure it's a bicep tear, regardless of the point. Unfortunate. He's been healthy.
And Penei was banged up last year, and I believe he still played. In those games.
He did play through it.
Think about that. I mean,
and you look at the pass protection rating that the Detroit Lions get, one of the best in the NFL. You look at all the time. It's essentially, watching Penei Sewell is really, and excuse the example, but I'm really trying to give you guys a visual here. Remember Revis Island? You would just look at that side of the screen and say, cool, I'm ignoring it. There's no way we can throw there. Wherever Penei Sewell is, you don't have to worry about it. I know there's no pressure going to come from this side. I know he's good. He's got it. You can leave him on his own against anybody in the NFL right now. And I would be confident. Micah Parsons, which we're going to see that matchup, hopefully. And not this week, the week after.
Yeah,
so 4 weeks from now.
Yeah.
After the bye.
After the bye, yeah.
You are going to get that premium matchup. versus an edge rusher. Can't wait. Must watch for me at least.
Yeah.
I can't wait. And I'm going to take Sewell in that matchup. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
DeMarcus Lawrence, I'm not sure his injury status after Monday night.
Right.
He'll be in that game as well.
And they might even move Parsons around and move him away.
Of course.
Move
They
him
are.
away from Sewell.
They will. They
like
absolutely
they're smarter
will.
than we even talk about. I don't think you want that matchup if you're the Cowboys. You want him moved around. But like you said, Adam, you don't have to worry about him. I think that's the biggest thing for me too as well. Like looking at this offensive line, the most consistent piece of it is
Penei
Sewell. Because of what? Frank Ragnow has been, prone to some injuries lately. Taylor Decker was out for the half of last season. Jonah Jackson, up until this season, has been another consistent part of that all-line. But like you said, Adam, one thing, some things are not like the other. And you're looking at this offensive line, and Penei's been there the entire time. He's been consistent.
Sewell is one of three players league-wide, any position,
Right.
that through the first 3 weeks have been rated in the top 10 of all players rated by PFF. He's one of three. Special. That is all-pro stuff. He is having an all-pro season.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what year he's in? Can somebody remind me?
He would be hitting his second year.
His second year.
At 21.
And was he not
years old.
phenomenal his first year?
Yeah, at 20.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I don't have to wait for the really good players that you select to showcase their talents, right?
He could play, he could play.
Just like Aiden Hutchinson in the second week of the season blows up, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, tied for a franchise record by a rookie
Yes.
with 3 sacks.
Yeah, in a game. Yep. With 3.
And he did it at halftime, before halftime actually.
Yeah, imagine if he didn't get injured.
We are looking at a new direction for this football team. We'll get to the head coach at what? 9 o'clock? No, 9:30. Excuse me. We'll get to the coach at 9:30. But you will not be able to sit here and have a conversation with me about the talent this team is acquiring and the direction their talent are trending. Amon-Ra, Aiden Hutchinson. Wait till Jamison Williams comes back. Then how do you game plan for the Lions then?
It's cherry
Good
on top.
luck. Good luck. I already struggle thinking of how teams would even consider game planning for a healthy Lions offense. Without Swift, that's a whole different problem. Takes a lot out of the offense, but still, the point, good luck. Team is getting there. Now, whether or not coaching or something else is holding them back, we can talk about that later. But right now, Penei Sewell is arguably the best right tackle in the NFL.
And I don't want to leave one thing out. Hank Fraley. Like that, and I know Penei has all the talent in the world, but what Hank's done with his entire offensive line in terms of, from a coaching standpoint, like Vaitai, you sign him to the big deal. I mean, this is the regime before, and everyone's questioning it. Now we're missing Vaitai. And you look at Jonah Jackson, Pro Bowl last year. I know he was a replacement player, but still, Hank Fraley has done a lot of good things with this offensive line. I think he's doing a lot of good things for Penei Sewell in his career. So Penei Sewell's that guy, man. And what I tell you, we had you on Jeff and Gentry. Like, I can't remember the exact date, but I said
Probably 4 or
that.
5 weeks
It was
ago.
a little premature, but I said, I'm never going to question Brad Holmes' ability to add talent. I know it's early, but you're never going to have to look at this team and say, they just don't have enough talent. I'm not talking about this year. I'm talking about for the future. Brad Holmes is going to continuously add talent. So
if you want
makes you excited.
If you want to nitpick on Brad Holmes in the second round, the second round picks, it's a curse. The Lions.
Right.
Okay. What is he giving you in the first round?
2 studs.
Penei Sewell, the more
3 studs,
proven one.
potentially.
Potentially 3. But Penei Sewell, automatic home run there.
Right.
Aiden Hutchinson, for what it's worth, 3 sacks through 3 games. Yes, he was non-existent in the 3rd game of the season. He was on hit or miss and really non-existent against Philly. A lot of that to Jalen Hurts' ability to be special in the moment, but still. 3 sacks so far for a guy who, quote, is struggling. Not bad if you ask me. I'll take that kind of production.
Yeah.
Granted, again, all in one game. The context matters. But if he can get right, just get back to 90%, and let's see what we all expect from you. Pressure, hits, supporting the run. Just do what we know you can do. Has Brad Holmes done to you what the Chicago GM has done to the Bears by trading up for a quarterback that probably isn't going to work out in the NFL? How about we look at notable players in the 2021 NFL draft class, and you tell me, Jeff, if you're happy with them. Okay? Trevor Lawrence? Feeling good about it?
Feeling good.
All right, so you're happy with their GM there, right?
Right.
You feeling good about the Zach Wilson pick? You can say just yes or no.
No.
Even if
No, I'm
you
not.
still like have optimism for them, it doesn't matter. Yes or no right now. Are
No.
you happy with
No,
it?
I'm not.
Are you happy with Trey Lance?
No, not right now.
Are you happy with Pitts, Chase, and Waddle? I would say yes, right?
Yeah, those three are.
J.C.
solid.
Horn?
He's played well this year.
I would say yes.
Yeah, I would say yes.
Patrick Surtain? Yes.
Yes.
Devontae Smith? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Fields? No. Micah Parsons, Rashawn Slater? Yes. Elijah Vera Tucker? No. Zaven Collins? Alex Leatherwood? Meh. Jamin Davis? Kadarius Toney? Caleb Farley? Travis Etienne, injured last season, really unfortunate for him. Peyton Turner. The 2021 first round did have a ton of studs, by the way. I'm skipping a few guys. They're really good players. You have Najee Harris, Kwity Paye. You have, where is he? Rousseau, or Gregory Rousseau, excuse me,
17
from Buffalo.
Sacks, man. 14 sacks.
That is, your GM is one of the GMs that did their job and gave you a really damn good first round pick. So there's not much for me to talk or complain about at the moment. There really isn't.